Okay. We had Shamsat.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. As we all know that Afghan security and defense forces are in the front line of the war against terrorism in Afghanistan. So what plan NATO has for strengthening Afghan forces, and how much longer will NATO continue its support? Thank you.
There are many difficulties and many problems in Afghanistan, but at the same time we have to also recognize that we have made some serious and real progress in some areas. And one of those achievements we have made together is that we have been able to train and strengthen the Afghan army and security forces. We have to remember that not so many years ago, NATO was in Afghanistan with a big combat operation with more than 130,000 troops in a combat operation. Now the NATO presence is a 16,000 large train, assist and advise mission. And we are able to do that, so we have been able to do that, reducing our presence from 130,000 to 16,000, because the Afghan forces are more capable, more professional, and they are now able to be in the lead for the responsibility of the security in their own country. So we have achieved a lot by strengthening the Afghan army and security forces. We will continue to train them. We are working on many different strands together, including helping them to develop Air Force, Special Operation Forces, command and control, and in many other areas. And we see the results because now the Afghans have an Air Force. They are able to conduct also air operations themselves. They have much larger special operation forces than they had before. So we see step by step that by providing training and assistance, we are helping the Afghans to protect and help themselves.
Okay, we had the lady in blue over there in the middle. Yeah.
Hi there, German Press Agency here. So you say that the NATO mission is going to take over some of the Global Coalition Forces training activities. Does that mean that troops, or rather personnel, are being moved over from the Global Coalition Forces to the NATO mission? And if so, how many?
Today we have made a decision in principle. Then we will continue to work on the details and the numbers and exactly what kind of activities. That's too early to say today. But again, we are in close coordination and consultation with the global coalition. And we have to remember that all NATO allies are a member of the global coalition. We are, NATO allies are, of course, members of NATO, but they're also members of the global coalition. We will meet Friday morning, so we will then, when we now have made this decision, we will work out and decide on the details and on the specific numbers and activities we will then take over.
TV2, lady in white there. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Secretary General, as we have learned that you have hoped from the NATO side to be able to give out a public or joint statement with the Iraqi government today about the NATO mission in Iraq. That didn't happen. So I just need to know, do you need a re-invitation from the Iraqi government to be able to go back for full strength in Iraq? And do you need it if you need an expanded mission? And if you need it, when do you expect to get it?
Well, we are already in Iraq based on an invitation from Iraq, and we will only stay in Iraq as long as we are welcomed. And every step, every decision will be taken in close coordination with the Iraqi authorities. And we have to also remember that what we are doing is to train the Iraqi forces. So the only way we can do that is, of course, with the consent of the Iraqis. Again, the idea is in a way to enable the Iraqis and to strengthen them so much that one day they will not longer